Hello, welcome to my videos and my blog. This time I'm going to talk about what happened yesterday on FIFA World Cup 2026, day 16. Well, yesterday there were play another six games. There were play the games in the group G, H, and I. So for that reason, I'm recording this video where I'm going to talk about the games and the standing. So let's start with the Group G games. Well, about the Group G games, in the first game, Belgium defeated New Zealand 5-1, and with this victory, Belgium qualified to the next round. So remember that both teams had before this game. Belgium had 2 points and New Zealand had 1 point, so it was a must victory for both teams to qualify to the next round. About the game, it was a close game, even that the Belgium was the best team in the game. It was very difficult for Belgium to try to create a big gap and win the game. Belgium was leading the game only by 1 goal difference in the first half, but in the second half is where Belgium scored most of the goals. They scored 4 goals, but it was because New Zealand was trailing in the game 1-0. They needed to win this game to qualify to the next round. So for that reason, New Zealand was more offensive in the second half. They let a lot of spaces in defense in the second half. Belgium took advantage of that, and for the reason Belgium scored 4 goals in the second half, and in the end they won the game 4-1. With this victory, Belgium won the group with 5 points, the same that Egypt, but because the Belgium had a better goal difference, and New Zealand finished it in the bottom with 1 point, and they were eliminated in the second game of the game. Egypt and Iran tied the game 1-1. About the game, Egypt needed only one point or draw the game to qualify to the next round, and Iran needed to win this game because they had two points. About the game, it was a very funny game, to be honest. Egypt started to winning the game 1-0 since the -5 with a Mahmoud Saber goal, and in that moment I thought that the Egypt was gonna to win this game easily because they scored a goal in the first half, in the first minutes of the game, and they had the game under control. But later, 5 minutes later, Iran had a penalty, but they missed it. Is forward, I think that the name. It was it was Mendy Taremi missed the penalty, and in that moment Egypt was leading the game 1-0. To be honest, in that moment I thought that the Iran was gonna to filing sounds the same, filing, and Egypt was gonna to win this game easily, but not. 4 minutes later, after Iran missed a penalty, they scored a golazo by Ramin Rezaeiry, and Iran had tied the game 1-1 in the halftime. In the second half, because Egypt had qualified to the playoff, they had the game under control. Iran was more offensive because they needed to win this game. So the game was funny, but I think that the Iran saw that with the tie, they were gonna to qualify to the next round, because in the first 30 minutes of the second half the game was bored, but the most exciting part was the last 10-15 minutes of the game, because Iran understood that they needed to win this game. They created a lot of goal opportunities. They missed several opportunities, and they had scored a goal, to be honest, but this was cancelled because it was an offside. Something about this is that a lot of people that don't understand or don't watch football, usually they were angry. Because Iran goals was cancelled, but remember that because it looked like that the Iran's player was on side, but because there was a AG player so far of him. But remember that the rule said that you need to have two players to avoid to be in offside. It was only one player ahead of the Iran's player, and for the result the game was cancelled. And in the end, the game finished tied 1-1. With this tie, Egypt qualified to the next round. They arrived to 5 points, but unfortunately for them, they went down to the second place because they had a worse goal difference than Belgium, and Iran in this moment are in the third place with 3 points. They are waiting to try to qualify to the next round, but it looks very difficult because they only have 3 points. And in the Group H game, in the first game, Cape Verde and Saudi Arabia tied the game 0-0. About the game, Cape Verde needed to tie this game, to draw this game, or wait that Uruguay lost against Spain, and Saudi Arabia needed to win this game. It was a funny game where I think that the Cape Verde was the best team, but in the end, I think this was a fair game, and the game finished tied 0-0 with this victory. Now, with this draw, Cape Verde make history and they qualify to the next round. Of course, they in this moment they are the worst second place in this round, but they finish in the second place with 3 points and they qualify to the next round. So also the Cape Verde tied the 3 games, but congratulations for them because they qualify to the next round. And about the Saudi Arabia, they finished in the bottom with only 2 points. And in the second game of the group, Spain defeated Uruguay 1-0. About this game, it was a must victory for Uruguay or minimum draw this game. To be honest, it wasn't a very great game. I expected that this game was going to be a very funny game, but this wasn't because Uruguay play a very raw game where instead to play they decided to fight, to try to make a lot of dirty plays, and this affected the Spain game because they weren't able to establish its football game. To be honest, it was a very board game. To be honest, it's something very well when you watch when Spain plays, but it was a very bad game. About the only goal of the game it was scored by Alex Baena, where he scored in the end of the first quarter. But to be honest, this was a Uruguay's goalkeeper error, Fernando Muslera, because it was an easy shot. He missed it, and Spain scored the goal in the end of the first half, and Spain will in the game 1-0. For that reason, in the second half, Fernando Muslera was subbed off, and they broke the Uruguay second goalkeeper. It was a mess for the Uruguay because in the second half, they needed minimum to tie this game. They weren't able to score a goal. In the second half, I didn't understand why Marcelo Bielsa, the Uruguay's head coach, decided to sub it off Fernando Valverde because they needed a goal. And in the end, Spain won the game 1-0, and they won the group. With this victory, Spain, how I told you, won the group. They finished it with 7 points. And in the second place, the Cabo Verde qualified with 3 points. About Uruguay, they were eliminated. They finished it in the third place with only 2 points. And they say goodbye to the World Cup. To be honest, this is a failure for the Uruguay because I know that you lost yesterday against Spain, but it's not possible that you weren't able to defeat the Cape Verde and Saudi Arabia, and you will have qualified to the next round. Also remember that there were some problems with Marcelo Bielsa and his player because they were against his form on how he managed the team. I think that Marcelo Bielsa is a great head coach, but the problem with him is how he manage the players, and this was one of the reasons, and the most probably he's gonna to be fired as a Uruguay head coach, and this is a big failure. And in the last group, in the group I, France defeated Norway 4-1. About this game, it was a deception because the France and Norway were fighting for the first place in this group. Remember that before this game, the France and Norway had qualified to the playoff, but before the game, the Norway's head coach decided to bench the starting players and to put the bench players. I didn't understand why, because the Norway needed to win this game to win the first place. So for that reason, France took advantage. They had an easy game and they won this game easily 4-1. The best player was Dembélé that scored a hat-trick. And France won this game easily because they should have won this game by minimum 7 goal difference because they were the best team. With this victory, France finished it undefeated. Where they finished with a perfect record with 9 points, and Norway qualified to the next round with 6 points. In the second game of the group that it had nothing in play, Senegal defeated the Iraq 5-0. There is not much to talk about this game because before this game both teams were eliminated. Senegal finished in the third place with 3 points, and Iraq in the bottom winless. So in this moment, the round of 16 games that are defined until this moment are the next: Germany against Paraguay, France against Sweden, South Africa against Canada, Netherlands against Morocco, United States against Bosnia and Herzegovina, Brazil, Japan, Ivory Coast, Norway, Argentina, Cape Verde, and Australia, Egypt. So today it will be played the last day in the group stage, where it will be played the games in the group G, K, and L. So today is going to be play the last game in the group stage, and tomorrow we'll start the knockout round with the round of 32. So today's games are the next in the group G games. In the first game, Algeria will play against Austria, and Jordan will play against Argentina. Both plays will be played at 22 o'clock Eastern time. In the Algeria against Austria games, the game will be played in Kansas City Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. And Jordan against Argentina game will be playing the Dallas Stadium in Arlington, Texas. About this group, Argentina won the group. They qualified to the next round, and for that reason, the Lionel Scaloni, the Argentina head coach, is gonna to bench some starting players. And about Jordan, they are eliminated. They are in the bottom. So even that the Argentina is gonna to play with his bench player, I think that Argentina is better than Jordan. So I think that the Argentina 100% will win this game by more than 2 goal difference, and they will finish with a perfect record, and Jordan will finish winless. In the second game, Austria against Algeria, this is going to be a very important game because both teams need only a point to qualify to the next round, especially Austria. So it's going to be an interesting game. I think that it's going to be a very close game. The most probably that is going to be a draw. But I think that the Austria is better team. Austria is going to win this game by 1 goal difference. Austria will qualify to the next round, and Algeria will be eliminated. And the games in the group K, the games will be the next: Colombia against Portugal, and Congo Democratic Republic against Uzbekistan. The game are going to be played in 19:30 Eastern time. The Colombia against Portugal game will be playing Miami Stadium, Miami Gardens, Florida, and the Congo DR against Uzbekistan will be played in Atlanta Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. In this moment, Colombia is leading the group with 6 points, and they qualify to the next round. Portugal is in the second place with 4 points. Both teams, Colombia, Portugal, qualify to the next round. But the important here is that the Colombia and Portugal are going to play for the first place. And about the Congo Democratic Republic against Uzbekistan game, Congo Democratic Republic need to win this game to try to qualify to the next round, and Uzbekistan is eliminated. So about the Colombia-Portugal games, is the best game, to be honest. It's going to be a tremendous game where the winner of this game is going to win the group, or Colombia in this case, they need only a draw to win the group. So it's going to be an interesting game. I think that Portugal is a top team, so I think that Portugal 100% will win this game by 1 or 2 goal difference, and they will win the group. And about the second game, Congo against Uzbekistan, I think that it's going to be a close game, but I think that the Congo have shown that they are playing better football than Uzbekistan. So I think that Congo is going to win this game by 1 point difference, and Congo is going to qualify to the next round. And the last group, the group L, the games will be the next: Panama against England and Croatia against Ghana. Both games will be played at 17 o'clock Eastern time. The Panama against England game will be the next. They will be played in New Jersey Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, and the Croatia against Ghana game will be played in Philadelphia Stadium in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. About this, England and Ghana qualify to the next round. Each one have 4 points, and Croatia need minimum 1 point to qualify to the next round, and Panama is eliminated. So, about the first game, England against Panama, I think that the most probably England is going to put some bench player because they qualify to the next round, but they will want to win the group. So I think that the England won't have any problem. They will win this game by more than 2 goal difference, and they will win the group. And unfortunately for Panama, they are not going to win any points. And about Croatia against Ghana, Ghana qualified to the next round, but they will want to finish in the second place or try to win the group. And Croatia need minimum a draw to qualify to the next round. So it's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be a close game, but in the end, I think that Croatia is better than Ghana. So I think that Croatia is going to win this game, and the Croatia is going to qualify as a second place in the group. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any comment suggestion, you can write me in any social media platform. So see you next video. Junior.